We are group 4, and we're going to talk about organizational culture. We're going to go through about the importance and as well as the 7 dimensions.
Hi guys, to begin with, I will start with the introduction for my group. As everyone knows, nowadays different organizations have a different working environment. Also, organizational culture is a common perception based on what the individuals feel, hear, or see in the organization. They would aware of the culture of the organization. Also, organizational culture is considered as one of the main themes or organizational behavior that we always have in a need to fully understand. So in totally, there are 7 dimensions which capture the essence of an organization's culture. So one of my group members will start with the first dimension.
I will introduce the definition of corporate culture and the first dimension, people orientation. Corporate culture refers to the beliefs and behaviors that determine how a company's employees and management interact and holding outside business transactions. Actually, corporate culture is often not clearly defined. However, the core of the corporate culture is the kind of common view, which is the simplification to guide enterprise and the behavior of the organization members. That could understand from 5 points. First one is corporate culture is the product that under the specific social culture background. Second one is corporate culture gradually formed and developed in the long-term production practice process. Third one is the essence of corporate culture is the corporate view. Fourth one is the focus of corporate culture is the enterprise spirit. The fifth is corporate culture include mental phenomenal rules and regulations. Therefore, with the influence of corporate culture on the enterprise development is deeper and deeper. The 7 dimensions of corporate culture are becoming more and more important. The first one is the people orientation, which is important principle and contain for the construction of corporate culture. People orientation is through inspire employees to meet an organization's goals by helping them feel better about their work and stay positive about their careers. There is a case of the Dalian Wanda Groups, which is a Chinese company that through the steps below to implement to the people orientation. The first step is for people as the objective rather than means. Wanda Group from to accept to consider people. First one is customers. Second one is enterprise staffs. Second one is rely on people. Namely, the enterprise can't leave the person. The person is the first pillar in enterprise. Wanda Group through a kind of advanced management through the mode to pay attention and emphasis on people's subjective status. The third one is to develop people, namely to improve staff's quality and create conditions to make the staff realize their life value fully. Wanda Group can continuously improve the conditions of staff's work and lives.
We keep going with the team orientation. All the successful companies must properly guide their employees. It's so obvious that the products from teamwork is always better than the sum up of the individual effort. In the case of Google company, Google culture is often presented in their decision-making process, and most of their decisions are made by groups or teams. In Google company, there are so many small groups that will work with each issue to influence each other by perception, instead of following the decision from individual seniors. So in totally, there are 5 different team orientation. First one will be team players. Organizations interested in developing and recognizing team culture and rewarding team players. The distinctive features of the player are the desire to reach consensus and participate in decision making, open and honest communication, caring for team members, responsibility for issues and problems, as well as trying to understand the other views. The second one will be individuals. Indeed, in an organization, a team spirit is very important. However, it would be easy to be destroyed if the organization exists some strong personalities, persons who are dealing with the conflicts, trust and competition issues. Let's move on to the third one is diversity training. There would be opportunities for new ideas and innovative solutions if team orientation in company aware that understanding and valuing the different perspectives into the team effort. These businesses provide a variety of training workshops to help employees to understand the nature of chaos and patterns and raise awareness of attitudes and beliefs that impede or contribute to the efforts of a group. Next one will be the team building workshops. There are several exercises available to teach groups or teams to work as an effective team cohesion, to develop the collaboration skills and communication. These training programs may include special events and retreats. Moreover, employees are enabled to experience the positive effects of teamwork versus the personal contribution by effective workshops. The last one will be team projects. Obviously, where employees are able to take the tasks which are suitable for their abilities and strengths, the projects will be absolutely accomplished more quickly and efficiently. Besides, in terms of creating solutions, solving problems and making decisions, huge numbers of the successful team are conscious of sharing purpose. Also, regardless of the level of skill and personal contribution of the members, it's no doubt that the team is one of the key roles to the success. Thank you.
The next one is outcome orientation. The company with outcome oriented based is pursuing the results or the outcomes as most important things. They don't, no matter what method or the process you're using or taking. And for successful outcome-oriented company, they're not important to find people who is outcome-oriented, but instead it's important to define the results that what the company want to achieve, then looking for people who are capable and motivated to achieve them. A good example is the Best Buy Corporation. Having a culture emphasizing sales performance, Best Buy tells revenue and other relevant figures daily by departments. Employees are trained and mentored to sell company's products efficiently, and they learn how much money their department made every day. In 2005, the company implemented a results-oriented work environment program that allows employees to work anywhere and anytime. They are evaluated based on result and fulfillment of clear outlined object. The next is innovation and risk-taking. The culture of innovation is the working environment that leaders cultivated to nurture endorsed dog. Thinking of its application, workplace that foster a culture of innovation generally subscribe to the belief that innovation is not the province of leadership, but can come from anywhere, anyone within the organization. Innovation always comes with risk. Most companies struggle to understand why people want taking the risk to innovate. Some might say they don't have enough support from the manager or the leadership. Others may say they are afraid of the results or the maybe mistakes or failure. Therefore, innovative culture-based company also looking for people who is capable and willing to take risk. They have to be willing to embrace failure rather than dismiss them or make an example of people who try something new and fail. You have to encourage them to take actions instead of sitting there and thinking. One good example of innovation-based company is Blizzard Entertainment, one of the largest and famous video game developer and publisher in the world. As one of the industry leader, Blizzard's design and develop team always been required to be innovative and willing to take risk. One member came up with some ideas. They share with each other straight away and take actions to big responsibility to run the test of feasibility of that particular idea. Then make changes in their product and gather customers' feedback. In the late 90s and early 21st century, real-time strategy game was all the rage at the time. Even though Blizzard and published several successful products like StarCraft and Warcraft 1 and 2, but is still under great pressure from their competitors. In 2002, game director Frank Pierce and his team made a breakthrough update for a Warcraft series. By combining role-playing into real-time strategy, add a whole new element called heroes into the game. Warcraft 3: Region of the Chaos released in July that year and soon became the most popular game in the world until now. Last year, 2016, because of the unique storyline and the popularity of the Warcraft game, they made a movie and made $377 million box office earning.
About the other two dimensions, they are attention to details and stability. So the first one, attention to details, refers to the ability of an organization to respond to every situation and create a strong environment regarding products offered and the general status of the firm. It helps identify loopholes and permanent long-term solutions. The growth of the Apple has been motivated by their ability to pay attention to details. Over the years, Apple has experienced tremendous growth regarding revenue and expansion. The sales of its products have increased annually, being followed by a positive customer feedback. A critical analysis of the organization reveals various forms of culture which play a fundamental role in its ever-thriving status. Despite high price rates of the products, Apple is one of the most successful franchises in the world. Apple has also embraced excellence in production, and at its establishment, the company invested a lot in terms to finances and machinery to ensure that production remained constant. Moreover, to a certain quality, Apple also embraced modern technology as a guiding platform for production. Additionally, Apple's financial department has also made sure that it embraced every opportunity that comes in place, which has made it easier to hire the best brands, leading to continuous innovation and invention. It is an incubation ground for creativity and innovation, which ensure that Apple stay ahead of other firms when it comes to technology. Apple faces significant competitors like Samsung, who has too robust global market share. Additionally, the competitors have more affordable products, unlike the ones by Apple. However, despite these limitations, Apple remains relevant because of the ability to focus on specific details. The company successfully identifies market share and has toiled to increase customers' numbers while maintaining the current ones. The second one is stability. Stability is the status of an organization whereby the economic, human resource, and management factors of a firm are in good conditions. It leads to a successful venture in that all relevant elements are in place. As an electronic manufacturer, the life of Hitachi comes from the ability to embrace technology at any time. With a competitive environment, the company faces dangers of unmet expectations. The quality of product is motivated by the ability of the resource which the venture channels into the production. Moreover, capital also ensures exploration of several options and ultimately choosing the promising ones. With the changing technology trends and the desire to make better products, the firm has remained consistent. Moreover, it has also given it a chance to build up a resource reservoir because of the humongous income. Therefore, the firms sufficient capital and remain updated with technology that contribute to its stability status. Hatch's worldwide market base has been critical towards the organizational substantial growth. Moreover, it has facilitated stability in that there is insurance that most products undergoing production have an automated buyer in the long run. It is fundamental towards the stability since the firm operates to the confidence resulting from the high customer numbers and trust. Consequently, have a broad market base and favorite Hitachi's existence during an assurance rate of production and consumptions.
Now I will keep talking about the last dimension. It's about aggressiveness. We can define aggressiveness as the intention of a firm's effort to outperform the industry rivals and take them hand-on at every opportunity. Also, we can define that aggressiveness has a strong offensive posture and overcome competitive directly. An organization culture that holds a high degree of aggressiveness depends on employee assertiveness and competition, while an organization with low degree of aggressiveness has a culture which is more relaxed and easygoing. We take Microsoft as an example. Microsoft is a great software company and established by Bill Gates. It also produces computer hardware. Bill Gates shaped a competitive and aggressive working environment. So every employee working at Microsoft is under stress. They have to strive to perform at their best and to earn recognition and appreciation from their supervisor. It's obvious we can see like they always produce a bunch of function of their product instead of just produce just one function. So they can get over like consumer and also can fight against all the competitors in the market. Organization with aggressive culture sometimes will easier involve in legal trouble because of value of competition they believe. So like for example, Microsoft always involve many lawsuits and with their competitor in over the years. So now I will move on to the conclusion. Our essays try to find out the relationship between the corporation culture and the organization success. Company culture is a pattern of accepted behavior and the belief and the value that promote and reinforce them. There are clear benefits to have a strong, unified corporate culture. A great company culture is an important part of building a successful enterprise. A strong organizational culture not only enhances business performance, but also absolutely improves the efficiency of the employees. A good company culture can attract new talents of employees, retain the employees longer, encourage employees' ambitions, and also build a great reputation of a corporation. To build a positive culture can take time, but once the company knows the ingredients that work well for the business, the corporation can reap the rewards of the employees and customer loyalty with the goal of excellent organizational performance and long-lasting success.